Do you want to save your relationship? Do you want to fix whatever is going wrong in your relationship? Maybe you're in relationship crisis. Maybe you want to know how to fix and reverse a divorce or a separation. If you want to fix and repair and rebuild your relationship, I'm going to help you out with that today, giving you 7 tips to fix your relationship now. I'm Adrienne Everheart. I'm a feminine energy dating and relationship coach, and I help women all over this planet realign with their feminine energy and really rebuild their relationship, make it brand new again, or call forth the man you're meant to be with. I'm so happy you're with me today. I can't wait to share these tips with you. These are the same things I use with my private coaching clients and the same tips that I teach in a lot of my courses and programs. But today I'm going to share 7 of the top tips to get your relationship back on track and save it. Now, if you're new to my channel, make sure you do hit that subscribe button, and if the video helps, send me a like. Okay, so let's get started with my first tip to save your relationship now. This first tip might sound a little ironic, but I really want you to examine closely if I really want to save my relationship. Is this relationship something that you truly do want to save? Now, you might have an automatic yes, of course I want to save my relationship, that's why I'm watching this video. But I want you to start to build a list of the reasons why you want to save this relationship. How does the relationship make you feel? Is your partner absolutely showing up for you and really investing in the relationship? How does it feel to be with your partner? How does it feel when you're away from your partner? Not just the past that was, a little bit better than what you're experiencing right now, but I want you to just get really clear with, do I really want to save this relationship, the good stuff, the bad stuff, everything in between? Because that's an important question to ask yourself. We don't want you rebuilding a relationship for the sake of just not losing someone out of fear. I want you to rebuild the relationship because it feels wonderful to you and you want to grow deeper and closer with this person throughout the years ahead of you. Step 2, you're going to need to set aside at least 2 weeks time to a month to begin practicing this feminine energy reset and follow it as well as you possibly can, because these are going to be a lot of new tools for you. Now again, I teach you feminine energy. Feminine energy is not about being a doormat. It's really about balancing your energy, your natural feminine energy, against the masculine energy male. And if your relationship's having a little bit of a crisis right now, there's a good chance that he's withdrawing, he's shut down, there's maybe a lot of arguing and bickering going on. So I want you to be able to invest a minimum of 2 weeks to a month to practice the tools I'm going to teach you in this video. So now that you're all in, you know you want to save your relationship, you have the reasons why, you're willing to invest the time in the tools I'm going to teach you. I'm going to start with the first one, which is you got to drop all criticism. You have to let go of all criticisms or telling this person how to be, how they should show up, how they messed up in the past, what they should have been doing differently. Or even if the man starts to come back around a little bit, you might say, but he's not coming back around the way he should be, the way that I believe he should be behaving. And that is criticism at its finest, which is, I know better than you know about yourself, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I think about it. So criticism is the kiss of death for a guy in a relationship. Men hate criticism. It's because that masculine energy is there to pursue, provide, and maintain. And if you're criticizing him, it means he's not good enough. And men, unfortunately, are often battling feelings already of not being good enough because they're constantly comparing themselves to other men. Who's got the biggest muscles, the fastest car, the prettiest wife, the most money in the bank. It's this ongoing masculine battle all the time. So you really don't understand how insecure men are until you criticize a guy. And then it just bruises his ego. He gets very easily wounded. So for now, I want you to drop all criticisms for a solid 2 weeks, a solid month if you can. Do not correct him on anything he's doing or being. Let it go. Moving on to tip number 4 is about knowing your boundaries. Now, I just mentioned you don't want to criticize him, and you might actually have fallen into criticizing the man instead of speaking your boundaries or setting limits limits on things. You're kind of giving him the punishment for the thing that you're not doing yourself, which is, I don't feel comfortable going there. I don't want to do this right now. This doesn't feel right to me. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to argue. I'm going to step away for 10 minutes. So that's all about your boundaries. I have a lot of videos on boundaries if you don't know how to speak yours and find yours. But remember, feminine energy is not a doormat. It's actually really solidly grounded in your boundaries and knowing and identifying with who you are and what you feel. Now again, this might be new to you, and it might be a lot of the reasons why your relationship's been suffering is that you haven't been authentic and you've been criticizing and telling everybody what to do and how to be and what you need, instead of just having your own safe and secure and independent and authentic boundaries. Those boundaries are for your mental, spiritual, physical well-being. Boundaries are not preferences like what you would prefer someone do. A boundary is about your protection, what you need, your energy, how you're feeling in your body. I want you to do a deep dive into boundaries if this is all sounding kind of new to you. Tip number 5. Now I want you to move into this place of not telling the man what to do. Now, criticism is a close cousin to this because you're very used to having to speak up and tell someone what you need to have them do or be doing, instead of like just finding what you feel and responding to that. So again, finding what you feel and responding to that always starts with you. I've said it many times in my work. This work, feminine energy work, begins and ends with how you feel. So often women put all of that energy on the man, that the man's got to be their therapist, their best friend, their boyfriend, hold their purse while they're shopping, be there to just take it all. And no one can do this. Not even on their best day. So we really ask too much of our partners, and that is a masculine energy trait, to ask too much of someone, because that's what masculine energy does. Like, it's challenging, it's pushing you up higher and higher onto that next level. So you begin to identify and realize that masculine energy is that pursuing, making it all happen energy and pushing things around it instead of receiving. Now, the great thing about not telling a man how to fix or do something means that he gets activated in his masculine energy, and he has to figure out how to solve something and how to make it happen. Now, I can hear what you're thinking. Adrienne, if I don't do it, if I don't tell him what to do, if I don't speak up and do this myself, it will never happen. He'll never do it. You have to be willing to let that happen. But I'm going to move on to this next step here, which is going to help you communicate what it is you do need that is truly in the man's power. I'm going to give you some scripts for this. Now, if you want to learn more about scripting, I have a book called 500 Ways to Talk to a Man. It comes with a 2-day video course. I have loads of scripts in there that help you, guide you through any situation you may be experiencing to find the right words so the man really hears you, he really hears your heart, and he can respond to you with his masculine energy and respond in a wonderful way that makes relationships work. So here's the next part. You've got to know what you're feeling. You've got to know what you're feeling and not go to someone to say, hey, I feel scared. Hey, I feel mad. Hey, I feel angry. And they need to fix how you feel. That's not what a feeling statement is about. A feeling statement also isn't, I feel so angry because you did such and such, or I feel mad at you. So I can feel angry, I feel sad that this event isn't going to happen, but feeling statements are not a loophole to blame someone in the relationship. So once you can begin to identify what you're feeling, and let me tell you, this can take some work. You definitely want to check out my courses or my book, and I even have a free scripting guide on my website. You want to start somewhere, because finding your feelings for a lot of women who have been trapped in their masculine energy can feel really difficult and nuanced, and you'll feel like you're just a little parakeet, like repeating my words to your guy. But really, I want you to learn how to go deeper into your body and find what you feel and what I need. And is this something my partner can give me, or is this something I need to do myself? The biggest complaint I hear about feeling statements is that I told my partner how I feel and he didn't care. He said I feel too much. He said, why do you feel this way? Well, I answer all of those questions in 500 Ways to Talk to a Man, but real briefly, when someone says, why do you feel that way? It's just because I do. That's a great question. This is just how I feel. And also, keep those feeling statements. They're not a job for someone else to fix. They're just a way to express how you feel, and I'm going to help you with that even more in this next tip now. Number 6, and this is my most favorite tool of all, and that is whatever you need to say, I want you to narrow it down into 13 words or less. So you can say something like, I'm feeling worried that the kids won't understand what's happening with us. Okay, that's less than 13 words. So you begin to practice in advance, just a couple of seconds of preparation to find your words. This is a great feminine energy practice because masculine energy is impulsive, it's quick, it responds very quickly, and it doesn't always think through what it's about to say. I mean, I think we've all been on the receiving end of that from a guy. So feminine energy is about, I'm gonna lean back and I'm gonna find my words. I'm also going to focus on problem solving in those 13 words or less. Now, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself because this next tip is about letting the man know that you really want to fix things. This is my final tip for you, but before I share it, I want to do a quick recap. Tip number 1 is I'm willing to invest at least 2 weeks or so, a month into letting this happen. I want to save my relationship. I know the reasons why. I'm willing to forego a good long while without criticizing my partner so they begin to feel safe and heard and understood. The next one is about boundaries, that you begin to speak your boundaries, notice them, observe them. You're now focusing on what you feel, you're using a combination of your boundaries, and you're taking care of yourself first and foremost. The all-important feeling statement, identifying what you feel in your body, and really going deeper. I will link to a video on my parfait method that will really help you with that. But also check out ABCs to Get Him Back or 500 Ways to Talk to a Man. Those courses will really help you with that. Then there is 13 words or less. That's a great way to learn to communicate without overwhelming your masculine energy partner, because men can get really overwhelmed in communication. Now, my last tip I want to share with you is a very important one. I want you to take this one very seriously, whether you're facing divorce, a breakup, or a break, or separation, or whatever it may be. And that is clearly and warmly communicating to your partner that you believe in the relationship and that whatever is going wrong, you really believe it can be solved. Now, in the ABCs to Get Him Back, I share a script with you. When a man breaks up with you, you accept his no, but you let him know, I understand this is how you feel. I don't feel the same way. I would like to work this out. I believe we can solve this. I believe we can fix this. Now, the man might immediately say, well, I don't think so. We've tried that and it didn't work. And just say, okay. That's another script I teach you in 500 Ways. Just say, okay, and let him sit there with his words. That's so important for him to just marinate in his own words and find how he feels. It might take him a little while. Men have to go to the cave sometimes to figure out how they feel. All right, I hope this has been helpful. Give this video a thumbs up, share it with a girlfriend who needs it, and I look forward to seeing you again. Please share any updates you want in the comments below. Lots of love to you. Bye-bye.